My name is Rhapsody and welcome to the demo for Monster Train 2. This just suddenly appeared on Steam Next Fest a couple of days ago. Thank you to Shiny Shoe for uploading it, but also you couldn't have given someone a heads up? Just randomly dropped it out of absolutely nowhere. I had no clue this was coming out. I mean, I knew they were probably going to do more with the Monster Train franchise. I just didn't know when. Now we know. The demo is currently available on Steam. You can find the link at the top of the description down below, by the way, to find the Steam page to pick it up and play it for yourself. I'm going to head in. There's going to be an intro cinematic, which I will go through. And then on the other side, we'll get into our first run. I'll also note at this point, by the way, the game is going to tutorialize itself a little bit. I'm not going to over-tutorialize the game. If you're really looking for the rules of Monster Train and you're really looking for like strategy and explanation and mechanics and stuff like that, I'd heavily recommend either waiting until the Monster Train 2 series starts. The first couple of episodes will be kind of slower paced for that end, or going in the description down below to the Monster Train 1 playlist, where the first couple of episodes are also tutorializing what are very similar base systems, with a couple of additions for Monster Train 2. Let's head into the cinematic. Those seem like good settings to me. Heaven betrayed hell. This is Fel speaking. The covenant, a promise of peace between our two realms, was broken, and I took part in it. Charge! For heaven! For Seraph! Seraph was our leader and my brother. There was a time when I still believed in him. But ever since his invasion of hell failed, he began to change. The taste of defeat enticed him to seek greater power from titans beyond our world. Until he got what he was looking for. The titans came to heaven and began to corrupt everything. Now they threaten our whole world. Our only hope of stopping them is to forge a new covenant, an alliance between the remaining angels and demons. Now that angels and demons work together, old grudges remain. But a lot has also changed since then, including me. Oh, hell of a glow up. Love that new outfit.
Lieutenant, preparations for the next assault into heaven are ready. We await your word.
Very well. I'll join you shortly. Seraph, whatever is left of you out there, I promise I'll put an end to you for good. And we're into what looks like a very familiar screen for me, and I imagine many of you, those of you who've experienced Monster Train 1. Unfortunately, there's no starting nodes for us, so we're going to be going in a little bit weak. Let's have a look at our base deck. Actually, first off, our primary clan is the Banished, our allied clan is the Pyreborn. Our base deck has Fel, a Banished champion, has Multi-Strike 1 and Revenge. Apply Valor to friendly units. Revenge triggers when the character is hit, and Valor gives the unit 1 additional damage per stack, and after combat, if the unit is in front, they'll gain armor up to their stat count. Cool. There's 5 copies of Firestarter, which deals 1 damage and then applies 2 Pyrogel. Pyrogel increases incoming damage per stack, so it's kind of like Vulnerability. And then Just Cause, 5 copies of them as well. Advance, so move the unit to the front of the floor and then apply 2 Valor to them. Oh, and Train Stewards come in multiple varieties now. There's Shield Stewards with more health and Spear Stewards with more damage. Nice. Let's head into our first combat. Dominion's Preservation. Healers blessed by Dominion bolster their allies. Attack in large bursts to achieve victory. Here's the tutorialization the game is going to give us. Protect your pyre. This is your pyre. If it takes too much damage from enemy attacks, your run is over. Do not let them slay the pyre. Each battle begins with the deployment phase. You'll draw your champion and any unit card with a blue banner on it. At the end of this turn, enemies will invade. Summon units to defend your train. You can only play each unit card once per battle. If Fel is about gaining a bunch of Valor and then using that to have damage and shields, I feel like they should be on the top floor. Enemies have boarded your train. They enter at the lowest level. They'll move up 1 level every turn. If they reach the top, they'll attack your pyre. Okay, this seems pretty straightforward. I'll use Firestarter to kill the healer so they don't heal 15 at the end of the turn. I'll pop a Spear Steward there to do some additional damage, and then Just Cause for additional Valor and armor gain. Well, Valor for damage and strength gain, rather. On that top lane there. Spear Steward again? Nice timing for this. Well, is it nice time for the Spear Steward? Also, I think the Spear Steward should go behind the other Fell, actually. Yeah, on the top line. It'll still end up dealing its damage to the Fallen Champion. But when the boss comes in, the boss is going to want a particularly vicious floor to be fighting, so some additional damage there seems nice. Firestarter again, same reason. I think if I dropped both Firestarters on Fallen Champion, we'd be able to take him out. So 1 damage and then Pyogel 2. So you'll be taking 2 damage additional from every future attack. Then 3 damage, and you'd have Pyogel 4, so you'd be taking 4 additional damage from each attack. You're taking 3 attacks, so 4 is 12. So you take 4 damage, and then 12 additional damage. So 16 additional damage on top of what you're currently taking. Yeah, it's double Firestarter that kills him. And it also leaves me enough to use a Just Cause. Defeat the boss to win the battle. His relentless ability means that he'll continue combat in this room until you or he is defeated. It's pretty important I take out the Ominous Acolyte on the bottom line. Perfect. I can use a Just Cause on this top line as well. And then take out the Acolyte. Okay, so this should give us the largest amount of possible Valor. Ooh. Well, Firestarter is still pretty important for damage, but the rest of it becomes Valor for our top line. Easy. Oh, sorry. I'm going to slow down the combat speed. It was currently on Super Ultra. Apologies about that. I'm just going to put it on fast. Actually, I'll put it on normal. I'll resolve 1 round with that, and then I'm going to pop it back up to fast. As the Spoils of War, we get 50 coins, as well as a card from each character. Cleave, deal damage to enemy units equal to the damage of your front unit. Ooh, Divinity, literally just apply Valor 10, love it. And Penitent's Bloodsuit. Shift to take 20 damage. Shift triggers whenever the unit moves, and can be equipped on enemy units. So this is a new card type and equipment. Cool. I'm going to take Divinity, though, because 10 Valor, there's a lot of turns where that would have been perfect for us. Stuck Up Whelp. Has an enchant bonus. Other units on the same floor gain a bonus. Avarice. It would give all of the units on the same floor as at Avarice 3. When a unit with Avarice deals unblocked damage, gain gold equal to the stacks of Avarice. Neat. Oh, okay, that's gold gain. And you don't have a blue banner, of course, so you won't be summoned at the start of the fight. Fell is 2 spaces. A Spear Steward is 2 spaces, so you could sit between Fell and a Spear Steward to give us, what, 12 gold basically every combat round? That seems good. So I can either go for a Banished unit and a Merchant of Steel, which gives us the ability to upgrade units, or I can get a Pyreborn unit and go to the Merchant of Magic to upgrade spells. The only spells I have that I care about upgrading right now are Divinity, whereas the other one comes with a unit and then I can upgrade it. In fact, I can even look at the upgrades. Ooh. Large Stone. Upgrade a unit with 1 additional size, 15 additional damage, and 50 additional health. It's also Greedstone, upgrade a unit with Avarice 3. Strengthstone, upgrade a unit with 10 damage. Smidgestone, reduce size to 1 and apply Fragile. If it loses health, it dies. Interesting. I'm going to come back there. Let's see what the Banished banner has. Interesting. Steadfast Crusader has Ability Slam. Oh, ability. It has a cooldown. Sick. Cooldown 2. Advance. Deal damage to the front enemy unit equal to this unit's current health and armor. That's pretty good. Especially knowing that I have Titan Stone back there if I want to give this 50 additional HP and 1 additional size. As well as 15 additional damage. It's also Firebrand. Revenge. Gain Valor 2. Whenever it's hit, it gains Valor. That's also a pretty good target for the same thing. So one of my lines will be Firebrand with a Spear Steward behind, or Steadfast Crusader with a Spear Steward behind, and then the other one will be Fell with a Stuck-Up Whelp and a Spear Steward. That seems like a huge amount of damage. I think that Slam for a cooldown 2 that can deal 90 damage is going to be more impactful than just Firebrand gaining a bunch of Valor, I think. Nice. Heading to our next battle. Knights of Entropy. Slow-moving soldiers, blessed of Entropy, will deal heavy damage if they reach the front. His final Shield Steward doesn't actually get played. I don't have space for it. Combat previews. The preview number shows the amount of damage each unit will take. In the next combat phase, a red X means the unit will be defeated. And I've summoned a unit with an activated ability. Click the unit to activate its ability. Abilities go on cooldown for a few turns after use. Okay. I think the play here is just giving Valor to Fell so that I'm gaining some additional damage on the multi-attacker and also some additional armor. 2 Savage Spearmen in the front line, and then the Sloven Knight has Vanguard. Applies when the unit is at the front of the floor. Right, so if I kill both of the ones in front of you, you'll have 10 damage. Let's just pop some Pyro Gel on you then. See how slow battle resolves? I'll be going back to fast by default, thank you. Stuck-Up Whelp and Spear Steward are both really good here. You're giving 3 Avarice, right? But I get 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, it's 12. 12 damage. Time to earn my keep, says Fell. Speaking of earning your keep, get a little more Valor so you can shield yourself better, please. Cool. And thankfully, Steadfast Crusader is ready to just absolutely destroy that unit. I do want to summon the Spear Steward, so I'm going to miss out on Divinity this turn, unfortunately. But taking out Firestarter so that I don't get so that the Sloven Knight, rather, doesn't get 15 additional health when it moves up a floor is pretty important. And I can still get 30 damage on it, which actually means the Steadfast Crusader and the Spear Angel do enough damage to it without even needing anything else. I'm going to take out the healer. And And yeah, those resolve on the top line already. I'm gonna get additional valor for additional armor gain. I'd love more, like, I'd love so much combat to happen on this floor, because every single attack on this floor is 3 gold for me. So the longer it takes for a relentless fight to resolve on that same floor, the much more money I get. Well, first things first, we need the Savage Spearman to be the first character on field to die. I could just cause them to the front, and then they would die quickly. But I could also just hit them with Firestarter twice, which I think I will do. And then just cause for a little more damage. Want to speed up combat? I did before, and then I did it. Up to 53, and then the Steadfast Crusader can finish this fight with a simple slam. 50 more gold on top of the... I think we had 5 left previously, so I think we earned 48 over the course of that fight. And a clan pack and an allied clan pack. Cool. Selfless Sacrifice. Advance and then apply Damage Shield 2. Damage Shield's pretty good. Windblade Shift. On Shift, which is triggers when the unit moves. Gain Valor 1. And on Resolve, which triggers after combat, trigger Shift. If I had someone with a Shift ability... God, I guess I might be able to get one with a Shift ability? Where am I? I'm here at the moment. Oh, okay. So yeah, I literally could have a Pyreborn banner in a second. I could try and find... And I guess I don't care about Pyramanes right now. So yeah, that's going to be the path I go. Yeah, you know what? I'll take a Windblade. And then if I find someone that has a Shift ability, I'll take them. There's Lava Armor for 1 energy, give 10 health to a unit, and also the ability Revenge. Apply Pyregel 3 to the attacker. That's not bad for Fel. Lava Flow, consume to apply 4 Pyregel to all enemy units, and then finally Snotty Whelp has an ability Gelly Sneeze. Gelly Sneeze has cooldown 3, applies 1 damage, and then 10 Pyregel to the front enemy unit. Okay. Yeah, I'll just take Lava Armor here, I think. It's 10 more health for Fel while they need it. How long until we get... Okay, our first upgrade champion is there. So we choose the right-hand side. There's a Celestial Alcove as well for something surprising to be found in the fog. First, let's look at the Merchant of Steel so we know what's here. Oh, Large Stone. There's another Large Stone. I mean, I probably don't need 140 health Steadfast Crusader that can only be on a line by itself. Speed Zone, upgrade a unit with Quick and +5 damage. Quick means it'll attack before the enemies. That's not always going to be useful for us. Heartstone, literally just for 20 additional health. Strength Stone, sure, those are all relatively minimal, but I'll take a couple upgrades if I need them. The event could do things to my unit, so I'm going to have to get a unit first. Damn. Neither of you have a Shift ability. Greed Dragon. Summon gets additional damage and health for each Dragon's Horde. Earn Dragon's Horde and loot it outside of battle for valuable rewards. I have no interaction with that yet, so I don't think that's the choice. Magma Mauler. Strike to apply Pyregel 8. I don't really want either of these, if I'm entirely frank with you. But I think popping a Magma Mauler behind a Steadfast Crusader certainly isn't bad. It's just not good. Alright, Celestial Alcove, what do you got? The train stops before a peculiar kind of workshop overflowing with wondrous boxes. 3 boxes stand out from the clutter, with a sign below them that reads, "It isn't the trip. It isn't the trip. It is the journey." It isn't the gift, it's the container, says Reese P-taculum. Do you take one of these unique boxes? Small gift box. 0 cost to consume, which means it's removed from battle when you play it. Add all 3 contained spell cards to your hand. I don't have many spell cards. Jack in the Box. Pack 3 units into the Jack in the Box. Resolve summon a boxed unit. Okay. And large mystery box. Add a random card to your hand each turn. Wow, these are really good. Packing 3 units into the mystery box, I think, though. Well, because think of it this way, right? That's a 0 cost, and it's got a banner on it. That's a 0 cost that over the course of the next 3 turns will summon units. So, like, I could field Spell and put either the Magma Mauler or the Spear Steward behind Fell. And then there's 1 space. And in that 1 space, I can summon the Jack in the Box, which then overfills the floor's capacity. I think I put both Spear Stewards and Stuck Up Whelp in here. Because then Stuck Up Whelp will be enchanting the floor with the most enemies. Most characters, rather. As you take the box in hand, the others disappear. You'll never know what they might have held for you. And we have Merchant of Steel. I mean, additional health on the Steadfast Crusader is worth. Oh. I'm gonna give the Jack in the Box some damage. Hell yeah. Now it'll actually do something. As well, so it's a damaging unit as well as all of the rest. Okay. Steadfast, yeah, just some additional HP on you. Then I could remove a card from the deck. Honestly, removing like a single Just Cause or a Fire Starter is pretty good here. Increase the consistency of hitting my other things, especially when, you know what? I'll save my money so that I can use the Merchant of Magic next floor much better. Yeah, it's gonna be Merchant of Magic because I don't have enough money to really care about trinkets right now.
Archeon, Scion of Savagery.
Archeon draws power from the defeat of his forces, becoming enraged. Furious Frenzy. Archeon gains Rage 3 on Siphon, and each Rage gives him 2 additional damage per stack. Of course, they decrease per turn, but... So if there's an enemy that does 6 damage and I kill it, Archeon will just get that damage back and still deal it to me. I think the top floor is Steadfast Crusader with Magma behind it, and then it's Fell... Wait, hang on. Oh, the Spear Steward's literally in the Jack in the Box at the moment. That tracks. But I really do want Fell to have a full field, so I'm going to go Magma Mauler behind Fell. And then you apply Pyogel, so I'll put Jack in the Box behind you, so the Pyogel is applied before a bunch of other people attack. Oh, are those mites in there? Little friends? Back in the game? Archeon is the strongest boss you faced yet. He moves between floors freely, but can be attacked if you cleared out other enemies on that floor. Drawn an equipment card. These cards can be attached to a unit inside the train. Once attached, they improve the unit in various ways. Only one equipment card can be attached to a unit at a time. I just need, well, I need more health on that character, but at the same rate, just giving them divinity right now is 10 armor. And 10 damage, and it's 10 armor every round. Watch out for triggers. This unit has a trigger. Triggers activate at specific events or when turn phases happen. Yours is at the end of combat, you will gain 3 damage and take 20 damage. Cool. Oh, sorry, gain 3 attack and take 20 damage. I guess? Did I not give the armor to Fel? I guess I can give you Windblade instead for just 1 additional Valor every turn. That seems relevant. Also, Steadfast, you might as well just do 100 damage the Sign of Savagery right now. Why not? Okay, let's drop a Windblade on Fel. Pop a Firestarter to take out the Ominous Acolyte when it's not relevant. Savage Spearman just dies next turn anyway. I think maybe this is an appropriate time to just summon the Spear Steward, get it out of my deck. Sorry, Shield Steward this case. Wait, hang on. Wait. Sorry, did I misread Fel? Let me look at him. I 100% did. Apply a Valor 1 to friendly units. Okay, so yeah, stacking more units on the same floor as Fel definitely makes sense now. Unfortunately, we'll give a bunch of Rage to Archeon, but we'll do it after Archeon is attacked at least, which is nice. So I think I just get a bunch of Valor. Thank you for triggering that revenge. The box has, I think that's the... Oh! Yes, okay, it's summoned everything. This room has reached the unit limit on one of its sides. For that side, so this could happen to the enemies as well. For that side, effects like Ascend and Descend will fail. If the enemy side is full, enemies moving up the train will bypass that room. Wow. I knew that. So the Jack-in-the-Box stays even after it's summoned all of the units. And it summons the units in front of itself. That's important as well. Oh man, we're gonna get so much Avarice. Yeah, to be expected that this bottom floor is effectively going to fail now. I don't think the breakpoints are going to line up that this is actually going to change and help me kill the Fallen Champion. It's literally just about getting more armor at cooldown. I take more damage if I use my ability here, because I use the ability, it kills the Fallen Champion, but then Archeon gets 6 additional damage rather than the 4 additional damage the Fallen Champion's currently doing. And all that allows me to do is deal 20 damage to Archeon by taking 2 more, as well as using my ability, which I guess I don't need to use my ability next round because we're going to be killing them all. Yeah, sure, do 20 damage to Archeon. And I'll even get some Biogel on him, so it's 22 damage. I'm feeling pretty confident here. Divinity, just for a bunch of additional valor immediately on Fel, seems very appropriate. It's important that we hit as many times as possible here, so I'm actually not going to cast anything, because I want as many attacks to go off, because each of them gives me 3 gold. Nice. 150 extra gold, as well as a rare pack. Oh! Okay. Hell Furnace, a room type card. When a unit gains Pyogel, it gains +3 stacks. I mean, that would work pretty well on the same floor as Lava Armor. Sanctuary. Consume 3 energy to apply 2 damage shield to all friendly units. And then Superheated. 3 to consume and double the amount of Pyogel on the unit. I'm going to take Sanctuary here. Why? Because it'll keep the entire Fel floor safe. That's why. Battle Dancer, you have Shift. Shift, gain 3 Valor. You are instead going to have Shift, gain 4 Valor, and you'll trigger at every resolve. That's great. There's also Magma Cultist. Incant, apply Pyogel 1 to enemy units. So incants whenever you cast a spell. Magma Maul is back. I'm going to take a Battle Dancer. Well, I mean, yeah. I'm about to go upgrade things at where? Where am I going to go? Lightforge, Merchant of Magic. Yeah, I'm going to go to a Merchant of Magic. So I'm going to decrease the cost of the card that I care about most. Give me Draw. God, I love Draw. We've got Moons for 100 extra gold. We'll go to the Lightforge to upgrade our champion just after we look at these. Upgrade a cost to gain -2, upgrade a spell to gain -2 cost and consume. Upgrade a spell to gain double stack. Double stack doubles the stack of statuses it applies. Lightforge, upgrade your champion. All right. We could give Fel an ability called Savior. Cooldown 3 to advance. Move to the front of the floor, gain 5 Valor, and then gain armor equal to your Valor. Or, and I think this is going to be it, Revenge. Apply Valor 2 to friendly units. Yeah, it's absolutely going to be that, considering what we're doing. Let's look at the Banished unit. Demonic Fledgling has a Shift and a Strike. Avenger, Revenge, apply Melee Weakness 1 to the attacker. Do I want Demonic Fledgling? I don't think so. I already have my Shift Valor gain. And Avenger, honestly, I think not. I think I have enough units right now. I don't think I want any of those. Upgrade a spell with double stack though. Divinity applies armor 20, and then I can even reduce its cost by 2 and give it consume. Or I could get 4 damage shield to friendly units from Sanctuary. I think 20 Valor, that's 20 shield every turn as well as 20 like immediate damage. Like, I think it's 100% hit that with both of these. I can also reroll to get more options. Upgrade a spell with +10 magic power. That's relatively cheap. I could afford to just get Firestarter to be able to kill a unit for me. Upgrade a spell with Permafrost, gains Frozen when drawn, which means it stays in hand until you use it. I could theoretically give that to Sanctuary, but I don't want to. I just want Sanctuary to be lower cost so I can use it. I'm going to reroll here. Upgrade a spell to gain -1 cost and intrinsic. Starts in your first hand after the deployment phase. Damn. Upgrade a spell to gain holdover. When played, this card is placed atop your draw pile next turn. That's really unfortunate. Seek Stone is so good. It lowers its cost and moves it earlier into your hand. The thing is, like, I want that to be on Sanctuary. And then that gives out... But then the Revenge trigger doesn't happen because Fell isn't hit. Pretty sure that's how that works. Nullify the next source of damage. Yeah, I think that prevents the when hit. -1 cost and intrinsic on Divinity instead of the -2 cost and consume. I couldn't have known that Seek Stone was going to be here, but that would have been so good. I'm going to reduce the cost of Sanctuary, definitely. I'm going to add 20 damage and consume to one of the fire starters. Holdover is when you play it. You put it atop your draw pile, so it's there to play again. I don't think I do anything else here. I think I save my money. Perhaps I remove something like a Just Cause. Okay, next area, there's another Merchant of Magic as well as a Banished unit, or I can go an Artifact, Equipment or Room card, and then a Merchant of Steel. Merchant of Steel still has Magma and Battle Dancer. Okay, so it still has some targets. I probably go to the Merchant of Steel next floor. I guess it'll really depend on what we loot from this battle. Pendants. Oh, sorry. Undergo trials for greater risk and reward. Activating the trial will make the battle more difficult, but you'll get an extra reward if you win. -1 energy per turn. That's pretty hard. Is it? With the upgrades we just hit, I don't think that's that difficult. And it gives us 150 extra gold. Penance Seekers. They could not seek their own penance, so now they are doomed to bestow it on enemies instead. Who's this one at the back? Yeah, I figured that was going to get... Profane Supplicant. Resolve adds a Discordant card. Sorry, a Discordant Toll card to the top of your draw pile. So we're going to need to set up on the bottom floor because the Supplicants are going to deal... They're going to give us Scourge cards, which will ruin our draw pile as well as deal damage to us. And then there's Corin the Judge. Harvests to gain damage and restore health whenever it destroys an item. So does the Ravenous Zealot. Oh, it has multi-strike. Okay, that's going to be good for us. I think I can do this. I honestly don't think the energy is going to be what makes a difference here. Fell and the Fighting Folk on the bottom line, I think. Including Magma Mauler there, and then Jack-in-a-Box behind. I really want to play Steadfast Crusader as soon as I can, but I got to get the Battle Dancer out on field so I have a target for the Shift Blade. Thankfully, I've got my Firestarter to literally just take out the Profane Supplicant. Some spells can only be played once per battle. When they are consumed, they're put in the consume pile. Got it. Oh boy. Alright. Windblade to get some extra resolve here. Yeah, it's gonna take a while until I have enough damage to actually take out an Executioner. I have to set up on bottom lines so that I can take care of their Scourges. Incant, apply Sap 2 to your units. Oh, that makes everything worse. I mean, I can use a Firestarter to take out the Profane Supplicant, but everyone's going to get weaker. Still have to do it, though. Well, do I? Because the Steadfast Crusader would really love to be on the field right now. Because it literally just takes out the Fallen Executioner immediately. And if, okay, so now the energy is hurting me, sure. Because I could otherwise take out the Profane Supplicant as well as summon the Steadfast Crusader. I feel like I'm going to need the Steadfast Crusader next turn as well, because of the Executioner. Yeah. We need our units to be summoned, so I have more damage on this bottom line, because, boy. This is not what we're looking for. Divinity for 20 Valor immediately on Fel is certainly nice. It would take both Firestarters to take out the Collector. And I take 3 Pyre damage if I don't take the Discordant Toll out of my hand. I'll get rid of the Toll. Yeah, unfortunately we're going to take some Pyre damage to those guys. I'd like that not to be the case, but I still had to set up a bottom line that's actually capable of playing the game. This one's great right now. Like, oh, now it's perfect. It's just up until now. Ooh. Firestarter, 11 damage to a unit. If I could ascend you, I would, but I can't, so Fallen Executioner is going to be able to hit us twice for 12 damage. And also, one of these Discordant Tolls is going to hit us for 3 damage. We have a brief respite here. I guess Lava Armor is for you? Oh, but Sanctuary for 2 damage shield is also really important for this bottom line right now. It's got to be Sanctuary. Yeah. Oh, I should have... Dang. I was trying to get, we'll get 3 more gold this way, but unfortunately we also took 3 damage to the higher, so that was probably not worth it. I should have gotten rid of the Discordant in hand. 18 damage taken, that's not great. A lot of money though. Blood-Soaked Arena, friendly units gain Valor 7 on Slay. Ooh. Oh, Heroic Dive. Consume to descend and advance a friendly unit, then deal damage to the front enemy unit equal to 2 times this unit's armor and health. Honestly, that is... there's also Be Gone, retreat the front enemy unit, and apply melee weakness to enemy units. That's pretty good for getting a defender out of the way, but the thing is, Heroic Dive, that's going to turn... what's his name? Steadfast Crusader into a bomb. Sacrificial Chamber. Gain 10 gold whenever a unit dies. There's also Soul Smelter, an equipment that costs 3 gold to give 20 damage to something, and Slay. Gain a Dragon Sword. Whenever it kills an enemy, gain a Dragon Sword. It's also another stuck-up Whelp. Enchant to grant Avarice 3. I don't don't see myself having the ability to field all of those appropriately, unfortunately, at the moment. Sacrificial Chamber for a little bit more money and then trying to translate the money into just having way too much power. How long do I even have? 1, 2, 3, 4 more fights. I think that could be good. Let's head to Herzel's Horde. Oh, both of these trigger on deployment phase. Attuned Whetstone on deployment phase. Draw an equipment card from your deck and reduce its cost to 0. I mean, maybe if I got that other one, but Lava Armor and Windblade are the only two it can get, and they only lose 1 from their cost. There's also Dante's Footstool on deployment phase. Draw a room card from your deck and reduce its cost to 0. I mean, that's not great, but at least it'll have the Sacrificial Chamber out on field then. Sure. Gain equipment or a room card. Hall of Mirrors. Oh, wow. Create a copy of friendly units on summon. On summon. Resolve. Summon the boxed unit. That said, there can only be 6 units on the floor, so this dupes a bunch of units and then it has a really, really weak floor anyway. Stoke Late Mail Silence disables triggers and abilities, but it gives you 30 shield and 60 armor, or Fragile. Glass Cannon. Honestly, Glass Cannon, 100%. Why not? If I give that to the Jack-in-the-Box is already fragile. If it takes any damage, it dies. Oh, reduce something to one size and fragile. I mean, I think I just give 10 additional damage again to the Jack-in-the-Box. It's going to have 70 damage soon. Upgrade a unit with Quicken +5. Oh, quick on Magma Mauler would be nice, because then it applies the Pyre Gel before I start attacking. That's great. I think I reroll right now. I don't need to reduce anything to one size and make it fragile. I don't really think I have anything that would benefit from that. Ooh, upgrade a unit with multi-strike. That's really impactful. I think I give that to the Magma Mauler. Upgrade a unit with Endless. Whenever it dies, it goes back on top of the deck. I don't have spaces on the units that would care about that. Upgrade a unit with 5 Valor. Literally, it just comes into the field already holding 5 Valor. Or Greedstone. I don't think any of those are really that valuable. I'm going to remove another card from the deck, get my second out of here, and it's going to be another Fire Starter. And then I'll hold on to the rest of this money, especially because Merchant of Trinkets is on the next floor. Getting some money and then being able to buy a random selection of artifacts, because I've only got 2 at the moment, but artifacts are really powerful. Relentless Zealots. Their strength grows from the defeat of others, even their own. Be wary of their fierce power. Oh, they have Titan Skin and some multi-strike, as well as a sapping blocking unit in the front line. Non-boss enemy units gain multi-strike. Honestly, multi-strike is really good for me, because they do it's non-boss enemy units, so it's not the boss, right? Because that's what that means. But this one only does 1 damage. It hitting me 2 times is actually better, because then it gives, 2 additional valor to all of my units on the same field. Ravenous Zealot, unless you have harvested and gotten a decent amount of damage, you're the same. Yeah. Gimme. Drawn a room card. They can be installed on the floor in the train, and their effects persist until the end of the battle. I mean, I do want to start on this bottom floor, but the thing is, I also know that I need some time to actually get more powerful. I play Steadfast, I play Magma, I play Fell, I play Jack in the Box. Those are my items. I think I'm just going to have to let a Straggler or two through. Maybe Steadfast should go on the very top floor so it has as long as possible to respond to them. With Magma having quick, I guess it's more important to have units in front of them. And then 10 additional gold whenever a unit dies on that floor. Steadfast Crusader goes on the top, and we end it. Oh wow, we are capable of taking out the Adamant Shield Bearer there as well. I want a Glass Cannon, the Jack in the Box, as well as Divinity Fell. Significantly better. Battle Dancer. You stand behind... Behind? It doesn't have to be behind. That guy advances himself to the front of the floor when he wants to. And we're already up to 30 Valor. And we're capable of destroying them as they come in. Oh, that's so big. Windblade for you. Ravenous Zealot is going to do nothing on that floor. That's fine. I'm gonna drop Lava Armor on you, and then I'm also... I kind of want to get rid of a card. I want to play a card that won't put itself back in my deck when I play it. Thank you so much for the buffs. Multi-strike is so good. Thump. I lower my damage on this board by casting Sanctuary, but also, like, it's really important I cast Sanctuary. Sure, I'm going to shift you to the front because you get 4 more Valor, as well as 2 more Valor from Just Cause. And then you shields with it. Steadfast Crusader can move himself to the front when he needs to. Cut him apart. It's a lot of multi-strike. Thankfully, it is all taken care of. It doesn't matter if it goes to the next floor and dies there, so... Well, actually, if I want to get more cards out of this hand, the way to do that is... to Heroic Dive you can't go down, so you'll kill the enemy. Then I'm going to kill you with a Fire Starter, consuming that card, and then I'm going to play out the shields. So now my deck is just these 7 cards. Maybe that wasn't necessarily a clever idea. I thought it was. But I don't have any cards in my deck that I actually want to get back to, I just realized. I suppose just dropping a bunch of additional Valor is worth it. Yep. I'll be farming a bunch of money out of this fight. So what? I came into this fight with 100, so we got 247 over the course of the fight, as well as another 275 as the loot at the end. Oh, that's so good. Lead Songbird. Valor on friendly units applies 1 additional damage per stack. Oh, Benediction. Apply Valor 2 and damage shield 1 to friendly units, and it hasn't got consume. I think that's more important. Valor applying additional damage on friendly units is nice, but how do I fit it? Because Fel with Magma and the Jack-in-the-Box is the entire field. Sacrificial again, no. Greed, deal 20 damage to all units, all, and then Slay gaining 10 gold. Make it rain, deal 5 damage to enemy units, and then lose 5 gold, and repeat this card's effect up to 3 more times. And Sacrificial Chamber. I'm gonna skip. I could, actually no, Make it rain would be a good weapon. Literally just add additional magic power onto it, and then just let it eviscerate a line if it gets past me. Merchant Trinkets. At the end of battle, gain 3 Dragon's Horde if you took no damage. There's also when a card with Consumer's Blade, deal 30 damage to the front enemy unit. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of them, it's not bad. Chain of the Valkyrie. If you equip an angel, apply 3 Valor, 3 Rage, and 3 Regen. And Rage and Regen decrease turn over turn, so Valor is the only one that stays. Battle Dancer is Angel. Steadfast is an Angel. I don't really want to just reroll without taking anything here, but like I'm not very encouraged by any of these. Maybe Prismatic Dragon Scale, because you can loot at the end of the battle for valuable rewards, but I feel like I've already got like a good economy going on. When a card with Consumer's Blade, deal 30 damage to the front enemy unit. I mean, in the early rounds when I play my Consume cards is when I need additional damage to the front enemy units to help me take them out. I'll take that. I'm also going to take the Chain of the Valkyrie and then roll. When an angel moves, it gains 2 Valor. When it moves? Store 2 Pyre health when a Whelp dies. Sacrificial Knife. Or Hellheart, apply 10 Pyre Gel to enemy units that enter the top floor of the train. I assume the top floor is the floor below the Pyre. Which, I mean, you know, means I'll take 10 more damage to a couple of different things. Sure. When an angel moves, it gains Valor too. The thing is, like, the only angel that moves is going to be Battle Dancer, but also... Why does this not say when shift? Like, angels have shift, gain Valor 2. Because I want to believe it's going to trigger from the Wind Blade, but it might not. It says when it moves. Although, shift says triggers whenever this unit moves. So are they the same? Let's find out. And then there's a Celestial Alcove as well. You
event time.
The Historian has set up his carriage near the rail. Inside open crates, you catch glints of various artifacts scavenged from the remnants of trains long past.
You possess artifacts that I have yet to add to my collection. Could I take one? Of course, I'll trade you for it.
Do you give an artifact for the Historian's records? Remove Chain of the Valkyrie and gain 2 random artifacts, or take an artifact off of his hands. Get the Historian's Razor. Historian's Razor. Friendly units get plus 10 damage, but negative 1 damage for every artifact you own. No, I'm gonna get more artifacts, thank you. You can have Chain of the Valkyrie, I don't think it's that good. Firestone Housing. Units get an extra upgrade slot. Yes, that's incredible. Expanded coffers increase max dragon hold by 3. Okay, whatever. You hand over an artifact and the Historian gives you 2 more.
Ursel used to be the one to collect these relics, but now of course it falls upon me. Anyway, thank you.
Time to fight Kale, the Lord of the Cherubs. Heaven's leader of the Cherubs has been manipulated by the Titan of Domination. Now even Heaven's workers are under the Titan's grasp. Nourishing Feed. Kale and his Cherubs grant plus 20 health and spikes 2 to enemy units. I have to admit, spikes is gonna, like, the enemy having range is pretty much always gonna be a problem for me, especially with what I've done right now. I'm kind of nervous. Yeah, I read that. I mean, I'm gonna have to kill them as quickly as possible. So I don't see how I will differ from prior, but also with the Hellheart, I do think I set up my second field on the top floor. I mean, sure, Steadfast Crusade is just going to take the opportunity to do a bunch of free damage there. Lightbound Guardian triggers when attacking, applies Corruption 3. Corruption, unit takes 1 damage per stack at the end of the turn. Stacks remain. Oh dear. I'm going to need to get so much health on Fel. Honestly, I'm going to need to get so much health on Fel, it's not funny. I think I have to give them Divinity. Make it rain, deal 5 damage to enemy units, lose 5 gold, and then repeat the effect a couple of times. So I would be able to use that to destroy the misshapen friends. Ooh, oh, I know what the turn is. Also, Nourishing Cherub, eaten. At the next round of combat, this unit will be eaten by the front unit without an eaten ability, which would be the misshapen friend. And then that'll gain the spikes. Got it. So first off, we're going to pop Divinity on Fel for 30 damage to the front enemy unit as well as 20 Valor. Then I'm going to drop a Fire Starter on their backline. I don't need to use Make It Rain anymore. Because I do want them to attack. And this gets all of the benefit, because then the Nourishing Cherub is just by itself. It can't be eaten by anyone else. Yeah, because it's eaten by the front unit without an eaten ability. It has an eaten ability. There's no incant triggers on this floor at all. No. Alright, I'm just going to get some more Valor so that I can ward off against the damage that's going to be caused by Corruption. Ooh, I've got to make sure I have enough damage to get through to that Profane Supplicant in the backline there. And Sanctuary, giving shield to all of my characters, is actually really good for that. Because I'm also dealing 30 damage to their front enemy liner. Yeah, that's enough to get us through. Uh-oh. After the next round of combat, okay, I need that cherub to die, because otherwise it's going to give spikes to the boss. So I'm going to pop a shield steward there, who can survive the 20 damage from Kale, and then hit back against the Nourishing Cherub for 8 damage, plus 2 from Pyogel to take it out. Ooh, that could have gotten really, really dicey there. If Kale ever gets shielding, we're like shielding spikes, we can have a really tough time. Yeah, lava armor is for Fel, I remember. Ooh. We're actually dealing damage to the backliner now. I'm gonna pop the Battle Dancer there and then just cause you to move forward. So you can get a bunch of Valor and then get armor from that Valor. I mean, Glass Cannon 100% for the Jack-in-the-Box on the backline there. It may not even be relevant anymore, but it does happen. Oh, this is great. Steadfast Crusader, you go first. Oh, actually, no, you go first. Actually... When an angel move, it gains 2 Valor. Literally, like, playing Just Cause on the top floor causes 1 move, but causes 6 Valor. Actually, hang on. 1 move, but 10 Valor once the Windblade is on board. Fel's health is having a little bit of it. Is it? Actually, it's up at 66. Oh, because they got the 50 Valor at the end. Right. They're taking 21 damage from Corruption every turn, which is pretty sad. Apply Valor 2 and Damage Shield 1 to friendly units. I feel is totally appropriate for that bottom floor. I think I just let the bottom row resolve. It's resolving exactly how we would want right now. And then I use the ability of the Steadfast Crusader literally just to get in the movement. Oh, I'm farming so much money. I could do 3 rotations on this top line, which is nice, does a little bit of additional damage, but like, how do we lose? This bottom line getting defeated. So I'm gonna Benediction to give them all additional shielding. And is it now Kale's time? Waves remaining, 1? Yep. Oh, that's good. Benediction again, and then, you know what, I'll let this slowly resolve. Hang on. No. That... Yeah. Sorry, I was checking whether or not I took a hit against damage shield and then that also managed to count as a hit trigger. I don't think it did, but I also wasn't watching closely enough. First Windblade, multi-strike, but when you strike, Lower your damage by 1. Giving another multi-strike to Magma Brawler is really nice. Especially because with the fell damage that they get, they'll still be able to attack. Superheated, double spire. Yeah, I'm gonna go cast Stormblade. And it's Hell's Flame this time. I do actually need some additional energy, as it turns out. Duplicate any item. Thank you. Let's go to the Light Forge. And yep, apply 4 Valor. Doubles the Valor again. Hell yeah. Merchant Magic. Forge your spells to gain new powers. Upgrade a spell to gain Spell Chain. When played, a copy of this card will be added to your hand. The copy gains Ephemeral, which purges it from your deck. Upgrade a spell to remove Consume. Interesting. In terms of spells that need lower costs, 100% Benediction needs a lower cost. To give something Spell Chain. Like, I mean, we can look at what it would even offer. I don't think Spell Chain on Make It Rain makes sense. Spend a lot of my money in order to do very little. Make It Rain is exactly the kind of card that I want to just give 25 additional damage to, because now it can do 75 damage to an entire floor for 15 gold, and also remove itself from the deck, which I don't want it in the deck that long. I could also remove its Consume right now if I really just wanted to keep it doing damage, though. But I think Sanctuary not having Consume for just additional damage shields on top of Benediction. I'm just looking to get damage shield to all my friendly units on the floor consistently, because if I can stack that high enough, no one can do anything to me. Great spell to gain Spell Chain. None of them are low enough costs that I want to do it to it. Because, like, Benediction, sure, I could Spell Chain, but then I have to play Benediction, Benediction. That's my turn. Every time I draw it. A lot of the time when I draw it, that'll be relevant. It just, basically, if I draw it on the same turn as Sanctuary, it's a problem. And Sanctuary has no cooldown and gonna be reduced. Okay, never mind. I actually reroll here. Upgrade a spell to gain double stack. That's huge. Double stack now, it's applying 4 Valor and 2 damage shield to friendly units. Plus 10 magic damage. We can give that to Make It Rain. So now it is consuming a lot more. -2 to its cost, as well as giving it Consume. I don't think I have anything that wants that anymore. -1 cost Intrinsic. Same. It's definitely about time that I should start removing Shield Stewards from the deck, because I'm drawing them constantly and I'm also not putting them on field. Like, I literally spend my energy to get rid of them so that I don't have to play them. Got Empyrean Well on this floor. Next floor has a Merchant Trinket, so I do want to save as much money as I possibly can for the next floor. And there's another Empyrean Well if I really want to double a card again. Yeah, I'll save money here. Empyrean Well, duplicate any card except your champion. I gotta say, Divinity is absolutely slapping as soon as it comes out in the early game. I'm off to like a really good start. Sanctuary is like a significantly worse version of Benediction now. But I think with 1 Benediction, 1 Sanctuary, we actually have enough. I think what I really need is another copy of Divinity. And it's fight time. Savagery's Final Assault. These foes will attack to clear your floors and attempt an assault on your pyre directly. Directly? Terrifying Amalgam has a resolve. If you have no units on the floor, deals 500 damage. Sorry, 500. Deals 5 damage to the buyer and has 400 health. Got it. The Thane, last to fall. Revenge. Whenever it takes damage, it'll gain 1 damage, and on Slay it deals 10 damage to all of our units. And Celestial Bastion, just add a bunch of health. -1 energy per turn, that is kind of annoying, but like with the additional energy I just picked up, I think it's eminently survivable, and the additional 400 gold is like 2 additional, whatchamacallums? You know? You know the series of sounds I just made? That translates into something in your brain, right? Nope, totally forgot what I was saying. Cool, Bell. Magma, pop the Jack in the Box between them. Steadfast Crusader on the next floor, and then a Battle Dancer behind. Behind? In front. And Sack Chamber that bottom line. Uh-oh. Ragewing Assassin has sweet. You didn't tell me you had these. Attacks all enemy units. Right, I'm gonna have to kill that constantly. Oh boy. Currently I have a spell that'll do it. I don't want to use that spell to do it, but I think that's what I have to do. Cursed Twin Blade to get the multi-strike on the Magma Mauler I think makes a bunch of sense right now. As much as I do like Damage Shield, I also do need to be hit so that I can give Valor to all friendly units. And this way I also end up giving out a bunch more Pyogel to the tanky units that survive. Yeah, which is going to make them much easier to resolve on the next floor. Thankfully, I've got one... I can't just consume this spell. I would usually want to right now, but I've got to make sure that I have a 1 damage spell that can take out the Rage Wing, ideally, every hand. Glass Cannon can't go on the Magma Mauler because it's already holding another weapon. Another equipment, rather. Glass Cannon go there. I'm going to Steadfast Crusade to the front, and then I'm going to Just Cause, just to gain a bunch of Valor on that next line as well. Sadly, not enough damage to take care of that unit, but I'm pretty sure the next floor will do it. Damn! Oh, but you do come in with enough, no. I have literally no damage cards in hand. I can't hit you. Oh my god, speaking of having no damage cards in hand, I am so glad that this is the hand that I get no damage cards in. Oh my god. Here's the first thing. Definitely casting that. I do really want the 100 additional gold, but I don't think consuming my best buff card on this top floor in order to get 100 additional gold. 100 additional gold is really good. I don't think I can rely on it. I really need to just spike your Valor as high as I possibly can. And also, if I advance on this floor, we end up with enough Valor that we can take out the Amalgam. So I miss out on 100 gold, unfortunately. Oh my god, I can do it. Firestarter kills one of them, and then I move the other one to the front, and it gets killed by my quick unit. Oh, thank heck. Windblade. Oh. Yeah, that terrifying amalgam just has way too much HP for me to deal with right here. I don't know if I have a spell that can do anything about that. Descend and then advance a friendly unit, so I can't descend the amalgam, unfortunately. 21 damage and then 2 Biogel. Realistically, if you're going to go to the top floor anyway, I don't need to focus on you right now. I need to focus on this bottom floor. Benediction for 4 Valor, as well as 2 damage shield to all of my friendly units on this floor makes so much sense right now. And then just destroying one of the backliners so that I don't have to... so that I don't have to lose an additional damage shield. I guess I'm glad I've got Slam available next turn. Ouch. Yeah, only 2 hits. It could be worse. Sanctuary's there. Yeah, so it'll be scores, Slam, and then Sanctuary for 2 damage shield for everyone on the bottom line. And then ideally, there is no round of combat after this. Nice. I'm gonna move your sweeper to the front, just so that I do kill all of your units. And then Benediction, baby. Alright. So I've got 4 damage shield on Fel. If I ever see Fel trigger the healing of all... the Valor to all friendly units, then hitting a damage shield still triggers a revenge trigger. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. I feel like it didn't in the first game. I feel like I'm just getting the genetic memory from my ancestor who played that game. Oh, wow. Yeah, the damage shield still counted for revenge. I'm so glad to have clarified that now. I feel like it didn't work that way in the first game, but I also feel like if it didn't work that way in the first game, if I am right about that, then I wanted it to work this way. 75 as well as 400 gold and 2 clan packs. Thank you.
The Shield of Whinge.
On revenge, deal damage to the attacker equal to this unit's health. I mean, 100% we put that on the Steadfast. It's also Everlasting Light, give Valor 7, and on Extinguish, apply this unit's Valor to the front enemy unit, friendly unit rather, and another copy of Begone. I'm going to take the Shield of Y, though. Another copy of Make It Rain. There's a Wealthy Whelp. Oh, it just has a skill that gives you gold for each Dragon Sword. Every 4 turns. Okay. And Soul Smelter. I'll skip that one. I do think duping another card is the direction I want to go with this. Merchant of Arms? I thought you were a Merchant of Steel. Uh-oh. Offers random equipment and improves them in random ways as well. Odie's Totem. -3 to Deployment Ember. So I think I have... How much Deployment Ember do I have? It says right now I have 2. What? Oh. Deployment Ember is additional Ember gained at the start of the deployment phase. So this is -3. But in the deployment phase, this takes 3 away from you, but it also gives you 1 because you still get the normal Ember in the deployment phase. Because last fight. Whoa, second. Sorry, okay, good. It was my headphones that were on the fritz, not my microphone. Important. We had 1 less energy due to the trial that we were taking. And that 1 less energy meant we had 5 energy in the deployment phase, which means that we would usually have 6, which means you get the deployment energy as well as your usual turns energy. So this would take away all of the deployment energy. I'd have literally -1 deployment energy if it even tracks to negatives, but I also get +1 to normal deployment, and that's enough for me to field all my stuff. So that's just an extra energy per turn. Jackstrip deals 2 piercing damage whenever an enemy uses flaws. I really like that, especially because Pyogel will add to that damage. Volatile Gauge. When you draw any non-champion card, its cost is randomized between 0 and 3. Draw an additional 2 cards per turn. So between 0 and 3 means that most of the time, 2-cost cards become cheaper. They either go to 0 or 1 cost, or they stay the same. There's only one result. 1 out of 4. 25% of the time do they become more expensive. Those are the cards I care about the most. Admittedly, I do really care about Divinity, but most of the cards I care about are 2 costs. Sanctuary. Benediction. Drawing to them faster as well as possibly lowering their cost. Great. Especially because now I have the opportunity to... Do I have a... No, I'm duplicating a card on this side. Okay, that's almost certainly going to be Benediction as well. Yeah, that'll be Benediction there. What are you doing, Merchant Arms? Mind Cage. Resolve, reduce cooldown by 1. Cool. Use abilities every turn. Zone of Silence grants silence to non-boss enemy units. That's also quite nice. Void Armament. 3 energy. Gives 10 damage and multi-strike 1 to a character. And when you extinguish, you purge this unit from your deck. Oh, that's so cool, because you could use it to get rid of units you don't like, as well as buff the units you do. Also, it's not actually that bad for me. It's high cost, but like I also purge units from my deck. Like, this is the last fight, right? Yeah. If I lose a unit in this fight anyway, I don't get to replay it. So it's not like this just says for random cost, because remember, Volatile Gauge is going to change its cost. For random cost, give multi-strike. Combine 2 equipment cards into 1. Upgrade an equipment or a room to be drawn in the deployment phase. Honestly, Cursed Twinblade and Void Armament. Multi-strike 2 on the guy that does the multi-striking stuff. And it's 5 costs. Sure, that's a really high cost, but it literally can't be 5 costs. It's 0 to 3. That's all it can be. Upgraded to be drawn in the deployment phase. When you draw, it doesn't say outside of the deployment phase, so yep. Make that deployable, please. Got to go back to the trinkets, because I definitely have to reroll here to see the other trinkets. When you equip a unit, apply damage shield 2. Great. Unit cards without upgrades cost 1 less. Advance the back enemy when it enters your train. That is nice, but how many of my units don't cost? Oh, wow. Yeah, I've given no upgrades to the Battle Dancer. Battle Dancer is the only single unit in the entire game that gets a negative cost from the Purified Shard. Probably don't care about it then. I could give 2 additional multi-strike to Fel as well, by the way. Because Fel's currently holding no equipment. Fel usually would pick up the lava armor for just 10 additional health, but that doesn't really matter that much here. I think I duped the most expensive and impactful item that I have. No, safety matters so much more. It's Benediction still. I really wanted it to be something else, but like Benediction solves Benediction prevents problems from really actually affecting me. Get rid of Firestarter, and that's it. I guess I can re-roll here. I have no reason not to. -2, create a copy of friendly units on Simone. Yeah, but that'd have to be in the opening phase or it would be relevant, and I don't have it in my opening phase.
Seraph Eternus, the chosen of savagery.
Let's go.
Seraph Eternus.
Unrecognizable from his original form, Seraph is returned as a puppet of the Titans from the Abyss. Seraph's savage form will weaken the defenses of your unit. Your units enter with 3 melee weakness. I'm so glad to have damage shield now. Alright, we're in the deployment phase. We have 4 energy. That's not enough to do everything I want, but it's enough to do a lot of it. Sack chamber bottom line fell behind him. Jack in the box there. Magma Mauler at the very back. And let's give you your equipment. Oh no. It's sweep again. Well, thankfully I got double stack of Benediction here. That's huge. As well as finally the Divinity pickup. Get you up there with the Shield of Wise, so you're dealing damage to enemies when they try. Man, you'd be way better on this bottom floor right now, actually. Ooh. Oh no, I'm gonna need as much valor as I can possibly get on Fel. I feel like I will have to set up Battle Dancer as well. Thank heck I got those double Benedictions that turn. Harper's Protector gives other units 5 Titan skin. Cool. Steadfast Crusaders, definitely moving to the front here. That Ragewind Assassin is currently trying to deal 18 damage to the Battle Dancer, courtesy of the melee weakness it has. It doesn't gain armor, is the thing, the Battle Dancer. So unless I kill the Ragewing Assassin or give a bunch of additional shields somehow to the Battle Dancer, it's gonna die. I guess I could give it damage shield from Sanctuary. I would like to keep it alive if possible. And on this bottom floor, I can just reorganize your units so that I kill both of the ones that matter, and I literally just send up to the next floor a chunk of health. I mean, Divinity is right here. Benediction to help keep my units alive as well. Let's pop out Benediction. I think it's time for me to consume an item to destroy one of the Rage Wings, keeping more of my stacks. Even the Celestial Bastion, if it gets to the top line, doesn't do anything to us. It does 0 damage to the pyre and then it dies. So, Windblade there. Lava Armor is pretty good for Fel, but like the 20 additional Valor, the 20 additional shield every single turn is definitely going to be more impactful. And then let's get some additional scaling on that second floor, courtesy of Shift. It also sets up more shifts when the Steadfast actually uses its slam ability. Okay, this is good actually. This is important. Fel has taken a hit since having melee weakness. Melee weakness does not mean the next 3 hits do double damage. It says the next hit does 4 times damage. An additional damage for each stack of melee weakness. So having a very high stack of melee weakness on a character can mean that they literally just immediately die to the Seraph at the end of the fight. That's not what I want to have happen. So very glad this worked out here. Benediction, both of them are in hand. That's what we're gonna do. Heck, there's even Sanctuary for 2. Very much worth it. I didn't know the Pyogel was going to change the resolution there. I suppose I could have given it to Archeon. Yeah, that probably would have been better. I mean, this is exactly when Make It Rain gets useful. Take out that entire floor. Also get rid of the Make It Rain from my deck. I'm going to drop Lava Armor. Despite the fact that it's very expensive at the moment, it's also very good. Having a huge amount of health on that guy and then giving him a shield that says, if you hit me, I hit you back with my health. Oh. Oh. How fun. Alright. Yeah, we're... Oh my god. Benediction, and Sanctuary. I got 6 damage shield as well as 8 Valor. And also I spent 0 energy. There we go. I'll just spend the rest of my energy reasonably because I don't need to take out all of these enemies this turn because I've got a cooldown available to hit them next time. This slam would deal 103 damage. Okay, now it would be enough to kill you. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, no, the slam would be enough to kill you. There we go. And then Heroic Dive for... it says that it's not doing that much damage. Send an advance a friendly unit, deal damage to the front enemy unit equal to 2 times this unit's health and armor. That should be 200 damage, but it's currently showing that it would do like 40. Well, it did 200 and then it did 37 after that as well. Oh, right, that would have been from using a Consume. 30 because of the Trader's Quill and 7 because of the Pyogel. Benediction and Sanctuary for the bottom line. And heck, I can even rotate this order. Actually, I shouldn't because we do way more damage with the Steadfast Crusader in the front line. Because they hit back for their health. Final wave, and I suspect we've already got lethal. Yep, and we're not even going to be taking damage. Benediction, Sanctuary. Ooh. Well, I'm not going to be able to take out that terrifying amalgam. That said, it's not really going to get an opportunity to take me out either. That Jack-in-the-Box is insane. For 0 energy, summon 3 units and overfill a floor? Incredible. Battle 1! 3-turn boss rush as well. And that'll take us into the Great Abyss. Hell yeah. Primary Clan Banished has unlocked Eagle Heart. 1 energy to consume, advance, transfer all valor on this floor to a unit. I imagine it's the unit you choose to advance. Skysong Trumpet. Summoning a Hymnist. Hymnist? Applies 5 valor to friendly units. Oh, Hymnists must have been the type that we're giving enchant to the entire field, I think. Rising Rage, Ascend, and then Advance. That's a useful tool. And Martyr's Signet. Friendly units at the top of the floor, front of the floor rather, gain +6 health permanently at the end of the entire battle. I like that word, permanently. 1 energy for Guildmonger. When it extinguishes, you gain 1 Dragon Sword. Cool. And Attuned Manacles, Incant, is also triggered by unit abilities, which is usually only triggered by spells. Sadly didn't get enough for the next max level on the Pireborn clan there as well. Couple of personal records though. Let's head back to the outpost. Thank you for playing the Monster Train 2 demo. 100 more cards, more clans, high difficulty levels, daily challenges. All of the stuff was in the start game. 10 additional Pyre Hearts? Excuse me? Battle the Titans in full story. The link at the top of this, the page for this on Steam to play the demo at the moment or possibly wishlist it for the future will be included at the top of the description down below. As soon as this game comes towards beta and then full release, you can fully expect a series on it, of course. Well, you're finally back. Tell me, you have good news? I'm sorry, Talos, but the corruption is spreading and it's getting worse. I can barely recognize Heaven anymore.
You'd better explain yourself, Val. I agree to let you use my power gel, but this much, you need to pay me back with interest.
Really? Of course, a dragon would think of gold. Why deal with threats before us when you can pad your profits, right?
An angel speaking of threats. Need I remind you what happened when you were the threat invading us?
Enough! Listen, this is a makeshift alliance. It's not going to be perfect, especially between former enemies. But the only real enemy is taking over Heaven as we speak. If we don't come together, they'll take over Hell too.
Let Heaven enjoy its comeuppance. My portfolio will be happy so long as the Titans get what they deserve.
And so long as you actually help us, I'll be back in Heaven and never have to deal with you again. What a headache. How did Herzl ever manage to make peace between Heaven and Hell? Continue the full story in the full game, unlock new clans, Pyre Hearts, daily challenges, and a lot more. Everything else I imagine at the moment is going to be locked, except for the ability to depart from a new run. For the moment, that's the Monster Train 2 beta. And my name has been Rhapsody. Top left is going to be my series playlist for Monster Train 1, in case you have a little bit of a taste for this game and want to see more. YouTube will recommend whatever it does below. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all on the train.